Hi, my name is Elvira, and in this presentation we're going to go over Reminder Exchange. Our learning objective is to demonstrate how to import a reminder from the Exchange. We're going to solve potential reminder errors during importation of a reminder from the Exchange, and we're going to demonstrate how to pack and export a reminder. The EHR 13 upgrade introduced Clinical Reminders 2.0. When upgraded, sites can no longer import clinical reminders created using Reminders 1.5 version. Clinical Reminders' new functionality is we have location lists that can be created and used for reminder findings. We have patient lists that can be created, and this list can be sent to OERR team list. And we can create reminder extraction rules. We can view, edit history of a reminder. We can run review date reports, and we can run dialog reports to check for invalid codes and objects. Reminders can be sent from one facility to another. Capability was created before any national reminder existed. Would be a way to send out national reminders to all sites. How does it work? It can be sent to the Exchange mail via a host file. Can also be sent in reminder patches. Put the reminder into a reminder Exchange file. Sites can review the reminder and install it, and have the option to skip any pieces that already exist at a site. No longer is necessary to pack a reminder. You can send individual reminder building blocks without having to send the entire reminder definition. You can only export to a host server, and you need access to write to that host server. So what can be exported? This is a list of the items that can be exported through a reminder Exchange. There are some problems doing the Exchange. One of the problems is that once you convert to 2.0, you can no longer import any reminders 1.5. Quick orders cannot be sent through the Exchange, so you will not be able to import any quick orders created at a local site. Objects is another problem. You cannot install an object in a dialog if it does not already exist at your site. So the best thing to do is to look at the reminder before you install, to look for any potential setups that you need to do ahead of time. When exporting a local reminder to another site, include either within the reminder description or as an additional document all the quick orders, menu options, TIU, or patient data object used in the reminder. The receiving site will be able to create these menu, quick orders, TIU, and patient data objects before they install the reminder. So when receiving a reminder, you're going to make sure that your site manager placed that reminder where you can grab it, or your reminder Exchange will see it. And then you're going to select the action listed below. You're going to select Lost Whole File. It's going to search by default the default folder for files with the extension PRD. When loading a host file, you're going to need to enter the whole name, not partial searches. So here is my path, and when I hit enter, it's going to have all those PRD files that are in that export directory. Then you need to enter the full name, exactly how it shows here under the enter file name. After you install it from the server, you're going to see it on your file Exchange list. You're going to find the file you wish to import. It's going to be on the list, and you're going to select IFE to install this into your system, into your reminders. So once you select IFE to install it into your system, you can scroll through the reminder definition. You want to make sure you look at the upper left to review where you're looking for, because there's two pieces to this installation. You install the reminder definition, and then you need to install the reminder dialog. So right now what we're looking at the screen is the reminder definition. So then you're going to select IA to install all the components. One thing I like to do is I like to look at my list and see what already exists. This little X here tells me that the dental exam code already exists in my system. You will have some potential blow-ups, or that it may not install because there's an item that the reminder definition brought over that does not exist in your system, and it's going to ask you to replace it, and you need to know those ahead of time so that way you have it handy when you do the reminder importation. So that's why it's kind of helpful if the sending facility will list all the data objects, quick orders, or anything like that that were created locally, send it to you so that way you know ahead of time what is your equivalent of that particular test or drug or object. So during the installation process, the system will compare incoming entries with the RPMN system. It will do nothing. So if the incoming component is identical, it's just going to ignore it. If it finds that the incoming component is it's not found in RPMS, it's going to ask you to merge, skip, overwrite it. So you need to stop and consider your action. Most time merge is the safest option, but there are some instances where overwrite or skip will be a better choice. So here is just a short little list of some of the recommendation on certain action, like if you see the reminder term is populated with the local lab test. If you overwrite, you will remove your mapped entry. So you may want to skip, or you can merge. So if it merge it, then that way you can look and see what you already have with what's coming new, and you can merge it. But the action here will be skip if that's what you want to do. But you always gotta go back and make sure. So once you do all this, you make sure that the test elements and all of that information is in the term are the ones that you need to have in there. Okay, and here's some of the considerations. Install is the default for all new components. You no longer have to click enter during the installation process unless you will need to overwrite, merge, delete, or skip an action. Here's an example of requesting an action during the installation process. So it found something that it's going to require your input before you can proceed. You can override it, you can create a new entry. So depending on what it is, and with the help that was given on 2 slides back, in this instance, the reminder definition, I want to go ahead and overwrite it. And then you want to look it over after installation. Each X, it means that it exists. Each component should have an X next to the exists column. If not, try installing the component using IS. So that means you're only going to select that one component. Like in this case, it would be number 1 if I need to reinstall this reminder. And then you're going to fix any errors that occur during installation. So if a reminder comes with a dialog, you will see the next screen here, which is your reminder dialog. You want to check carefully. This looks a lot like the other screen of the reminder definition, but you want to read above on the left that says dialog component. Then you're going to choose IA, which is install all. This is an example of a reminder dialog that had a quick order. And that's why it's kind of important to review any local quick orders that need to be created or what's going to be introduced through your reminders before you do the installation process. If you do not know the local quick order that you need for this dialog, you can always put a placeholder, which is P, and you can go ahead and put anything in there, and with the understanding that you will fix it later, and once you find out which quick order needs to be for that element, for that dialog, then you're going to swap it out with the new local quick order. If a reminder and dialog have the same name, they will automatically be linked. If not, you'll be asked to link them together. So you're going to select reminder to be linked. You want to review the components before leaving. Make sure that there are X's in the existing column for each of the elements. You hit return to go back to the reminder component, and then you hit again to return back to the items on the Exchange. Dialogs are always disabled when they come in the reminder Exchange. When you review the dialog, it must be activated before it can be used in a progress note. So now we're going to go over exporting a reminder. So the first thing you need to do is create the Exchange file. So you're going to go ahead into CFE. You're going to then select what type of Exchange file are you creating. Is it a reminder definition? Is it a taxonomy? Is it a term? Is it computer finding? we no longer need to pack everything into a blank reminder. We can send individual pieces to other sites. But in this example, I'm showing you how to pack a local reminder. And once you create that whole file exchange, you're going to go ahead and put information within the description box, and you'll see it here, about any local orders or objects or anything that was created locally for this reminder, and you want to provide that there so that way the receiving end can go ahead and look for the equivalent orders or object, or you're going to need to create new objects in order to make this reminder work. So then you're going to go ahead and create the Exchange file. Here it's going to be called Phoenix Testing Export Function. Then once you created the Exchange file entry, which is mine is 136, is testing export function, then you're going to create the host file. In this case, I went ahead and selected 136, and then you're going to put the path where you want that file to go to, and it will create that file. Then to email that reminder, you're going to find the exported file. Usually it's on the server and it ends with a PRD file extension, and then you're just going to attach it to an email. So this concludes our presentation on Reminder Exchange, how to export and import a reminder. If you have any questions, please contact your area CAC or your local CAC for further information. And thank you for watching. Bye now.